Today's cooking vlog will be how to make cornbread. I found this really great cornbread recipe online. You basically mix the batter and you pour it into a hot cast iron skillet and then put it in the oven, finish it off in the oven. Now if you don't have a cast iron skillet, you can just do it in a pan or whatever. But I wanted to go over who invented cornbread and stuff about it because, you know, it'd be interesting. Okay, Google, who invented cornbread?
Here is information from Wikipedia.
Oh, just have to read it. It was also called corn pone or quick bread. It was invented in the United States by Native Americans of the southeastern United States and then was adapted by southern colonists. Oh, that's weird. I always thought that it'd be like a cowboy food, but obviously it was invented by Native Americans. All right, that's interesting. So this recipe, I'm gonna find it. All right, so this recipe is from Cafe Delites. If you don't have buttermilk, you can add a little bit of vinegar to room temperature milk, like 1 tablespoon for 1 cup. This recipe asks for regular sugar, but you should use not white sugar, use brown sugar. Gives it a nice deeper caramel-like thing. It's a more sweet recipe. I have made this cornbread before, but I burned the edges, so I have to find a way to maybe drizzle some butter on the outside. Let's go over the directions and I'll just put some footage on over. All right, so first you're going to preheat your oven and put the skillet in there with a little bit of butter. That way it'll heat up. Or you can just do it on the stove. In a large bowl, you'll mix together the flour, cornmeal, the sugar, brown sugar, baking powder if using, gives it a little bit of lift, I like using it, baking soda, and salt. Make a well in the center and add the buttermilk, honey, and eggs. You mix together well to combine, then add the slightly cooled butter. Carefully take out your hot pan and then pour the batter in to get that sizzle and crust. And then bake the cornbread until it begins to brown on top. A toothpick inserted in the center comes out clean in about 20 to 23 minutes. So cornbread is a wonderful side dish because it's so homey and it adds a lot of flavor to simple foods. Like if you wanted to add cornbread to chili, stew, chowder, soup, beans, or just add it to Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner, you know. If you need to feed a lot of people, you know, chili, you know, it's good, but chili and some sort of delicious side dish is great. And this recipe is not healthy, by the way. It has got a lot of butter and sugar in it. It's definitely not for anyone looking for like a diet. This is a full-on cornbread recipe, so that's the one thing you need to keep in mind when making it. Alright, so what happened with my cornbread this time was that I used salted butter for the drizzle, and that sort of gives it a nice crispy crust when you do it with the cast iron skillet. However, it also brings down the sweetness. So my cornbread had this sort of like salty sort of layer because the cornbread absorbs the butter. So if you want a perfect cornbread, the skillet's the best way to go. But also you have to make sure that the butter you use, and as well as the, make sure you put enough sugar because you want that little bit of sweetness.